Hey guys, this is Tom's Extras. I'm going to be using these two hollow bead core ideas in a real world, crafting situation. I'm going to be using two different techniques, both involving polymer clay. This is a little butterfly thing that I made a long time ago. I still had it laying around. This is a Skinner blend of two very subtle colors. And these is two bullseye canes I just put together real quick. I'm going to do the bullseye canes on this one, and I'm going to put the Skinner blend on this with the little butterfly thing on top. I will leave a link to these two things at the end of the video showing how I made this. I'm using liquid Sculpey, translucent liquid Sculpey, also known as TLS. I'm going to grab some of this out with a paintbrush. If you want things to stick when involving polymer clay, it's best to use the liquid Sculpey because it'll bond correctly. You're guaranteed it'll bond 100% as opposed to just applying it dryly. But I'm going to work this on very thin. I want it to be real tight and sticky. Okay, I have this open-faced bead core completely coated. It's not thick in any given place and it's not missing in any spots. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this sheet of polymer clay. Okay, I'm going to go with the bright side facing up. Of course, this is irrelevant. None of this really matters. I'm just testing this idea out in the real world crafting situation. See how these turn out. But wrapping this in polymer clay instantly transforms this into a custom work of art. And this is just a Skinner blend, but I'm working it on there, making sure there's no air bubbles as I go, just kind of wrapping it around there. Now I'm just working on getting the excess cut off. I'm doing a little bit at a time so it doesn't get away from me, so to speak. I guess I kind of got tired of messing around with it and just squished it down and just fold it over and push down. Then I can cut it once it's all worked down. There's air bubble right there in the middle. I'm going to put the hole right in the middle because that's where that butterfly is going to go anyway. So now I'm just kind of fixing it, cleaning it up. Okay, so this is now covered in a Skinner blend. So now it's a custom color. It's no longer just a piece of epoxy. I'm going to take the paintbrush, and everywhere this comes in contact with the other clay, I want to put like a good thick coat. Oop. Try not to drop it. I'll do these wings first. I actually did that quite well. I'm not duct tape or glue friendly, so this turned out pretty nice. Okay, so now I'll just carefully place it on here and press down on the edges where the wings are. This will make it structurally stronger because it's attached. Make sure the head's attached. Push down on the body. Get a good bond. I'm actually pressing quite firmly. Good enough. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do with this one. For this closed vessel, start off with the same idea. I'm going to paint on some of this liquid Sculpey, but just one side for now. Now these are basically bullseye canes. I haven't covered these yet on my main channel. They're awfully simple. I don't even know if I should, but they're gonna go on this almost like a checkered pattern. Now I know they're gonna have to be squished together so it's not going to be round really. To help things out, I ought to square these off a little bit first. I think I'll do that. At least try it on one. Just smash it one good time with this clay roller, and then turn it over on its side. And if I'm clever enough, mash it again. That actually worked. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Because square pieces will fit together easier than round pieces. And I'm wanting this to be fairly easy, what I'm doing, because I'm just testing an idea. This is not going to be for anything specific or anything important. So these are squared off now. Okay, I got a tissue slicer, and I'm going to just cut these both at the same time. Cutting is also easier now that they're squared. See, check that out. Pretty cool, huh? The idea is to cut thin slices. Okay, this is kind of a redo. I didn't like how I did the colored part on this. So I cleaned it off, and I'm starting over. Applying this sticky, translucent liquid Sculpey. I remember last time it was a little too wet, so I'm just going to dab it with this shop towel. Just take the heaviness off of it. Now I'm just going to start applying them onto this. I'm going to go long ways or short ways. I'm thinking that'll make things a little easier on me. See, last time I got a little too excited and went smash happy, and it went too wonky. When you press down on this to close up the gaps, it will distort on you and get kind of wonky. But it had done it a little too much. Started smudging. So I decided to start over. And this is going 10 times better than the last time. Okay, a little bit on the back side. I'm being very careful not to hold it by the cane work, because it'll start sliding and moving around from me touching it. I'm going to try to continue on the flow right onto the back side. Trying to reshape them where I can, and it's working for me. And I know some places where they're matching, where they're supposed to be staggered. That's okay. It's the back side anyways. Okay, now I'm just going to gently press down and close up these cracks. The trick is to press directly down on it without moving your fingers. If you can do that, it'll do less distorting. I just basically don't want it to have any cracks anywhere. Gaps, not cracks. For our last little effect, I'm going to just take this dotting tool and engrave like a wavy pattern around the rim of this, and maybe I'll put a dot in the tips. That'll add a little more interest, I suppose. The very last things I did were bake this in the oven at 275 degrees for 30 minutes. The minimum requirement for Primo is 30 minutes, and there's nothing really thicker than a 1/4 inch on this. And then I followed it up with some sanding. I started with 150 grit, 220 grit, and then ended with 400 grit to take the scratches out. And then I sealed it with my favorite sealer, which is shellac from Zanzer Bullseye. It's a big yellow spray can. I get it from Lowe's. Well guys, that's pretty much it for this video here on Tom's Extras. I really appreciate you for taking the time to check this out. If you would like to see how I actually achieved making hollow beads, I got that on my main channel, Polymer Clay Artist. Here's the link for it. I really appreciate you for taking the time to watch this video. You all are awesome. Thank you so much, and I'll see you here again soon. Please like the video and, maybe comment. That would be awesome. Thank you. See you here again soon.